Hola, ¿cómo estás? So hopefully you've had a chance to work through set one and set two now. Lots of vocabulary presented and lots of grammar. So for set three to wrap up this week, we're actually going to take some time and not add anything new, but spend some time practicing even more what we've learned with listening and viewing activities. So our learning target for this set is I can respond to what I hear and what I see and show that I can do this by completing some listening and viewing activities. So I'm going to walk you through what we're going to do today. And again, all you're going to do for this final set is going to apply lots of what we learned in set one and set two. All right, so the first thing we're going to do today there, when you get to your first SWIC, is there is an audio file to listen to. You're going to listen to it and you're going to write down C for yes or N for no based off what each person likes to do. So we've been practicing gustar and these activities. You'll listen to Mariana, Jorge, and Federico talk about their likes and their dislikes. If they whoever likes to descansar would be an S for a C or an N for a no. So you'll have in here 9 different letters you're going to type based off what you hear in the audio. So listen carefully and listen to how they're using gustar because it'll go along with what we've been studying. From there, we're going to move on to watching another video. You'll notice so far that the series we use comes with videos. So we'll have videos almost every week to watch to hear the Spanish that we're learning being spoken in a big context. So we're going to watch this video clip. It's about 2 minutes. And then after you watch it, there's some activities to complete. All right. Now, read through this list of activities before you watch the video. And then while you watch the video, indicate whether Miguel or Teresa or both like to do the activity. So we have Miguel, we have Teresa, we have both. Pay attention to what they're saying as well as they're doing, because a lot of times just by watching, we can also use context clues to decipher meaning. And I'll give you a hint. There are 2 activities that neither Miguel nor Teresa likes to do. For those activities, we're going to say neither. So whoever likes to jugar al fútbol, you'll come over here and pick the correct person. Miguel, Teresa, both or neither. Okay, and then there are 5 questions to follow up. These questions go along with the video. And again, choose the word or words that best completes the sentences. All right, so we're going to practice with the video. From there, we're going to do some more listening practice, all right? And the first activity says, listen to each person say what she or he likes to do, and then read the statement below and say if it's true, cierto, or false, falso. So this is about a minute clip, and there are some questions that go along with it. Note the words I've underlined here, antes and después. Those are going to be important in those 2 questions. And then down here, there's another audio that's a minute long. Listen to the statement and fill in the word that's missing. So they're going to describe what they like to do. You'll type in the word that's missing. Remember, if the word has an accent on it, you always have to use accents because they're so important in Spanish. And then there's a third one down here. It says, listen to each person's statement, take notes, and then answer the question in a complete sentence. And remember, anytime you see a complete sentence, you don't want to have just a one-word answer, whether it be a test or an activity. You want to write in a complete sentence. So remember that's going to be important in our course this year. So the questions are, ¿qué le gusta a Gabriel? ¿Qué no le gusta a Gabriel? ¿De dónde es Gabriel? To practice that question from our first couple of weeks of class. ¿De dónde es Carlota? That's another review question from the first couple of weeks of class. ¿Qué no le gusta hacer a Carlota? All right. Now, as you're responding to these questions, remember, you want to have good grammar. So make sure you're going back and looking at your notes for how to write sentences with gustar, but also how to answer the question de dónde es and de dónde es, one of the questions we learned in our first couple of weeks. So you may want to pull your notes back out to review that. Okay. And then our final activity today is going to be a reading and listening activity. So first off, you're going to read this email from Vanessa. And here's Vanessa's email. All right. Then you're going to listen to a recording from Carmen. And once again, I want you to take some notes on a scratch paper as you listen. And as you're listening, think about these questions. ¿Qué le gusta a Carmen? ¿Qué no le gusta hacer a Carmen? So I want you to jot some notes down because the task is you're going to write 3 things that the girls like to do and or don't like to do. All right, so you have to pull information from what you read about Vanessa. You have to pull some information about what you're going to hear about Carmen, and then you're going to put that together to figure out 3 things they like to do or they don't like to do. So for example, maybe you would write, a Carmen y a Vanessa les gusta comer pizza. So that was my model, but you want to come up with some different sentences here because I read and I listened and I determined that that was something they both had in common. All right, so you'll type in here, remember, good grammar. All right, make sure you're looking at your Gustar notes to have good grammar, good spelling, good accents, good punctuation. All of those matter, and you want to double check before you submit. All right, so those activities, those 4 activities are going to be what we do for set 3 because we need some time to practice the skills we've been learning in the sets 1 and 2, to listen and to read and to also produce. So good luck wrapping up the set 3, and then we'll move on and talk about an assessment for next week once you move on to the next part of the module. Hasta luego!